insanity. Appreciate all the people that are here in the building. Not just me on the damn screen today. We have our other co-host, Bree Marie D, rocking like a Celtics jersey mesh type of thing. How you feeling today?
Yeah, it's dope. I love it. I bought it off the street, as I buy all my stuff off the street because I have no self-control. Yeah. But yes, I'm sitting on literally the edge of my seat for tonight. This show needs to just keep me focused because if not, I might have to find a very tall building and hop off if this game does not go the way I want it to.
Let's not hop off a building tonight, win or lose, but hopefully we're not going to have a bad day today. Now, we might see a sad Bree video later tonight. We'll see if she's up for it. Maybe a happy Bree video. We have my boy Rashid, 7-6 now, his record. Rashid, how you feeling, man?
Right now, I'm in the middle right now, but I seen a comment earlier, Dina Jean, she said she's hoping JT can be consistent tonight, and that's definitely what we need. JT deserves the criticism. So tonight's the night. You know, we hope he can step up like Game 6 against the Bucks.
We will definitely see. I see a couple of early comments. Appreciate all the people in the building. Hit the like button. It's also free. Hit the subscribe button. It is also free. We obviously have our normal stuff, lineups, keys to the game, but that's all boring. We know what the hell's going on. I also believe, like last game, they started Otto Porter. He played 15 minutes. That's not going to happen again. I'm pretty much sure Kevon Looney will start in place of Otto Porter. Now, really quick, I wanted to ask Bree and Rashid a question. We are going to get joined by Sporting with Durant here shortly. But Rashid, I'm going to start with you. I saw a lot of people on Twitter after the game, I think it was Friday night, and a lot of mixed results, especially from Celtics fans. It was saying, you know what? We should love Jayson Tatum. We wouldn't be here without him. I don't think anyone believes we wouldn't be here without Jayson Tatum. I think that's always true. But on the other side was saying it's room to say, you know what? We need to critique this man. He's not playing up to his ability. Going 8-23, 9-23, like these are tour dates, is not a good result if we want to, I don't know, win a championship. And we are 2 wins away. Rashid, are you one to critique Jayson Tatum, and have you critiqued Jayson Tatum these last 4 games where, to be honest, he's had maybe one good game, but not really a good efficient game so far this series?
He deserves it. He's the best player on the team, and when the team loses, he deserves the criticism, and when they win, he gets all the praise, right? So he deserves to be called out. You know, we're looking for JT to make plays in the fourth quarter, and he just didn't do that the last game. And the one thing that I could definitely say is I'm used to watching Paul Pierce, and back in the day, this guy, Paul Pierce, was a dog in the fourth quarter. You know, once he got it, you know, he'd take a couple dribbles, and he usually had to step back, and he usually knocked down them shots to put the Celtics up and keep the Celtics in the game to actually win the game. I've witnessed the Celtics lose back in the day. I don't want to just act like everything was perfect, but the one thing I'll say is, like, yes, Tatum definitely deserves to be called out. I'm happy Perkins called him out too. He needs to step up tonight, and he needs to show us why he's a first-team All-Star. We need to see that this final series because we haven't seen it yet.
I like that. Bree, go ahead, take it. What's your thoughts on critiquing Jayson Tatum, and do you critique him?
It's so tough because I feel like if you saw, he's had one of these interviews, right? And people were like, did I call myself a superstar? Because I don't remember saying that. So I like that he kind of brought people back down to reality by saying he didn't make these claims. People are kind of claiming that for him. And he said, hey, listen, if I win a championship, there's no more discussion, right? So that's really the key here. Like, if he can finish the mission and if he can complete it, get a ring, people can't say shit. But the issue is they're trying to compare him to Kobe. Everyone keeps trying to say that he wants to idolize Kobe and be like Kobe, and that his performance as of late hasn't been very Kobe-like. And that's so tough because if you're looking at it, they've been to 2 Game 7s. They swept the Nets. Now it's kind of like JB is in the driver's seat, and JB is kind of taking control. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. I see them as 1A, 1B. Yes, Tatum has that highlight more on him. He got the, Eastern Conference Finals trophy, the first of its kind. I'm saying let JB go off. Let JB be the Finals MVP. I'm fine with that. Let them both have their moment because then that'll uplift them both together as a duo. Do I think Tatum needs to do a lot better? Yeah, because if he's not on, if him and JB aren't together and on, they're not going to win. Not a chance against Steph Curry.
Can I say something
Yeah, of course.
Can I say something to that? I'm just going to say one thing. LeBron, I don't know if you guys seen it. LeBron had a viral live with his two sons, and he's shooting
Mhm.
basketball,
No,
right?
I don't pay attention to LeBron.
I know, and I get it. And I'm
He's
sure a
sleeping on
lot
the
of
king,
Celtics
so.
fans don't like LeBron in here, right?
No,
But
tell me.
I heard
what happened?
LeBron, he took a step back, he took a shot, and what did he say? He said JT.
Tatum. Yeah,
He said
did.
JT.
No, he did not.
Yes, he
Shut
did.
up.
He said
Stop
JT.
it. Yeah, right.
He did, and I'm telling you right now,
Just trolling?
not trolling. Jayson Tatum's the guy, and if you're the guy, you got to be the guy. And I understand we got Jaylen Brown, but I'm not gonna look at Jaylen Brown and be like, "Yo, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing?" The only thing I'm gonna look at is, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be letting Smart take those shots. Like before Smart's taking those threes, I'd like to see JB take a shot or take a shot at driving the ball before JT does. But JT's the guy. He everything is. I want to completely blame everything on him, but we're looking at him to really bring the Celtics to the next level.
I
think
agree.
they both need to do it. I think they both.
That's
need
true.
To do it.
That's true.
I'm looking at the comments here. Everyone's so down on Tatum. I'm going to lift him up. I don't know if everyone is down on him. I feel like a couple of people are.
I'm not down on him.
And-
I thought he had a decent. I think he had a decent stat line last game, ignoring the turnovers. Like I said in the comments, I was not paying attention to no stats. I just came from the game. I was doing a review at 2 a.m. Like whatever it is, what it is. If you're looking at his stat line, he had some blocks, he had some steals, he had some assists, he had some rebounds. His points were 21 points. That's not terrible. So it's not like it was Jimmy Butler scoring 7 or 12. 20 is a decent amount of points. Just couldn't get the job done. I'm not going to put full blame on Tatum. However, it does rest on his shoulders, unfortunately, when he is given that superstar title or aspiration to become. So that's the issue there. People are going to be dogging on Tatum because of that. He's a quiet dude. He's not this loud personality that everyone wants him to be. So it's tough. It's tough. He needs to come with it today, though, because he needs to shut the haters up. But again, he's dealing with that injury, but you just got to get it done. No excuses. Everyone has injuries. So
I like that. Celtic J says, anyone doubting Tatum is sleeping. Speaking of sleeping, my boy, sporting with Duran, usually sleeping with his bad takes. Duran, how you feeling tonight, man?
He's muted.
Muted, my guy.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There we go. Yes, sir.
Doing good.
Always feeling good. Now, we were talking about critiquing Jayson Tatum, and I know you're not really afraid to call out Jayson Tatum. Your thoughts so far in these NBA Finals, how he's played, your thoughts on looking at the 4 games here?
It's hard because you can look at kind of how he's shooting the ball and then just kind of say it's really bad. But I mean, and then I look at the other things. This is why I kind of call Tatum one of the most complete players in the NBA, if not the most complete player in the NBA, because he's so versatile in so many areas of the game. You talk about defense, you talk about playmaking, you talk about shooting. So it's not really about, I know Tatum's struggling right now scoring wise as far as shooting the ball. It's more about, to me, is erasing the mistakes. The turnovers are kind of unacceptable, and filling those gray areas, I think, are a little bit easier to get done rather than just asking him to kind of go off of 40. Because, I mean, you want to give respect to Golden State defense. I mean, they've been doing a really good job against Tatum. And I think, honestly, he's been approaching it okay. I mean, he's passing the ball out to open players. I mean, he's doing a really good job playmaking. I just think, they've kind of confused him a little bit, but there's some of their coverages and how he wants to attack the rim, whether he wants to try and draw a foul or whether he wants to go up strong. It's things like that I think he can clean up. If Tatum came out here and got 18 points and 12 assists, I'm happy. That's a good game to me. And if he can, I just want him to go ahead and cut down on like the marginal things, turnovers, just the bad shots where he's trying to flop and get a foul. Cut those things down just a little bit. I think we're okay. I'm actually pretty confident about tonight. I'm okay with how we kind of lost last game because I didn't really feel like Golden State took it. I think we just went cold for like 4 minutes straight.
I don't think Tatum needs to have a loud 40-point night to make an impact in the game. He basically said, if my team's winning, I don't care how I'm really looking or what my numbers are. It's not really about me. It's about the team. So I agree with what you're saying. If he has 12, 18, and whatever and has 0 turnovers or 1 turnover, I'm good with that. It's just as long as he's playing his role and doing his part. JB wants to step up on the offensive threat end. That's fine with me.
Interesting. Really quick, Tom has a comment. You guys, let's all take a moment to reflect on the fact that midway through the season, we thought we were going to be out of the playoffs. Possibly these guys became elite and now sustained it.
I never thought that. I love
this comment, but it's not. I ain't here for this. You know why I'm not here for this? We are 2 wins away from the NBA Finals. I want to talk about midway through the season. This is not the same team we saw in November or December. So to harp back on that comment, sure, when the season's over and we win or lose, yeah, sure, that little positive stuff is cool. We're 2 wins away. It's all about critiquing And someone had a cool comment, Alien Maker 51. There really is a difference
Amen.
between someone is doubting and having constructive criticism. I think a lot of people don't figure
100%.
out what's worth. Celtics J says constructive criticism is becoming a, dear God help
euphemism?
me. Okay, cool. For projective anxiety. I don't even know what the hell this means. This is high level learning stuff.
I think he's saying
I don't really
like
know what he means
Celtics,
with that.
I think he's saying that Celtics fans are just nervous, so they're coming at Tatum. Basically, like
finding someone to blame, kind of, or something.
Yeah. So like
we're allowed to analyze what we've been seeing and give our opinions on what we think needs to improve. That's not doubting anybody. That's just saying this is what we've seen. Here's how they can improve, and this is why. It's not we hate them, we think they suck. That's not what we're saying here. It's this is why they're not doing well, and this is what they need to do if they want to do well. I agree with what that dude said about, where they were halfway through the season. That's important to look back on in the sense of the errors that they're making now is reflecting back on that team in the past. So they need to stop with those bad habits and falling back to those bad ways of the bad turnovers and falling in love with the 3-point shot even when it's not falling. Like, can't do it. You need to switch it up, make the in-game adjustments, play the defense you've been playing almost this whole year, and just do something else. Like, you got to shut down Steph as best you can, and Tatum just needs to be a little bit better, and that's it. I mean, we know all the things they need to do. They just need to do it, execute it.
I like that. I like that. Now, really quick, since we have Celtics J in the building, Celtics J, me and him and Jags were on a preview stream, and we were previewing how this series could go. And since Celtics J is here, I need some apologies in the chat really quick. Can I see I'm sorry real quick to Beast Move? Actually, no, everyone typed that. I'm sorry, Beast Move. Because you know what's funny? I predicted a couple of things in that preview stream. People laughed at me. People literally put LOL, this dude's an idiot, in the comment section. I thought it was very funny. I mentioned that Steph Curry will have his way with pretty much any big that comes across his way. I think it's fair to say Steph Curry has been by far and away the best player in this series. Is not even close. There is even a discussion. It's so much so that I've literally seen a comment of someone saying Steph Curry could possibly win Finals MVP all over ESPN. And speaking of, wow, who is that? Oh, that's Durant. It's cute to make statements that Steph should get Finals MVP regardless of the outcome. If Golden State Warriors lose this series, I want those people to go up to Steph and present the award. LOL. Would love to see his reaction. Durant, your thoughts on the possibility, and it actually seems like it actually could happen, that win or lose, that if Golden State loses this finals, Steph Curry can win Finals.
Is that even allowed? Is that even
allowed? Technically, it is allowed.
Should not get Finals MVP if the Golden State Warriors lose. No. And I find this so funny that this is coming from the older players of the older generation who are anti-participation award. All of a sudden want to give a participation award to Steph Curry. Okay, Magic Johnson, by the way, if Golden State loses and Steph Curry wins Finals MVP, you present the award to him, not us, you. And I want you to see his reaction to it. Because when everyone was saying this about LeBron in 2018, at the end of the finals, he said, I would have not accepted it. No, I don't want Finals MVP and be the losing team. Like, no one wants a reminder of that. So I don't really understand this whole thing that we have to give Steph this participation award. He's a top 10 player ever to play the game. He's top 10 ever. Okay, if you have not seen, he is top 10 ever. He doesn't need Finals MVP to validate anything. So no, we don't have to give Steph Curry this participation award just for being great. Steph Curry's already great. We know he's great. We don't have to do this. That was just like the funniest conversation to me. And it's coming from anti-participation award people. This is hilarious to me. But I hope they actually do it, because I
thought that wasn't even a thing. The fact that's actually a thing is wild.
See, I think it's fair. And again, it hasn't happened since I think the first ever time to give out the award, but there have been people get votes. LeBron got a bunch of them the year Iguodala won Finals MVP. And honestly, he shouldn't have won Finals MVP to begin with. I mean, some cool people in the comment section. It would be hella awkward seeing him get Finals MVP after losing. Now, I guess you could say it's very impressive because he, again, has been the best player so far. And I guess if the Celtics win, I think Jaylen Brown has pretty much locked it in. Unless Tatum goes for like 50 points in each of these games. But I think Jaylen Brown has had enough to win the award. Says the guy that never commented on the I posted on Twitter to respond. Interesting. I don't know what that means. What I will tell you this, Celtics chat, is you said Steph Curry couldn't single-handedly beat this team. But I want to talk about something that Bree had mentioned, because I don't want to skip by this, because she said something kind of cool. She said, well, Tatum's stats are pretty good. He's not shooting very well, other than the turnovers. Take that away. He's not shooting pretty well, but you give him 23 points. You'll live with that. You give him 13 assists in game 1. You'll live with that. You know what's funny? I remember in the second round of this postseason, Celtics Bucks, there was another player that was very inefficient, but was getting his numbers. And everyone told me, oh, Giannis is playing like ass. He's trash. They're giving him these stats. But yet Jayson Tatum is doing the exact same thing Giannis did. But people are congratulating him for that. I'm lost at the comparison here of why Giannis did it. The Celtics shut him down. But yet Jayson Tatum's doing the exact same thing, but the Warriors aren't shutting him down. I'm confused at this logic. Tatum's gone 8 for 23, 8 of 23, 9 of 23, multiple turnover games. Rashid Brees, someone break this down to me, how we're putting people on pedestals here and there, or because of the youth thing with Tatum, that's why he gets the pass. Your thoughts here?
I don't even agree with it. So, I mean, I felt like Giannis was the best player in that series. Clearly, he was the best player in that series when we played him. So I don't agree with those statements.
Interesting. Bree?
Well, I don't think you can compare Giannis and Tatum. So that argument kind of just doesn't make any sense anyways. Like,
Really?
Giannis is on a whole different category and level than Tatum. So I don't know. I kind of don't really get what you're asking me. If I'm being honest.
If we go back and look at the comments and a lot of those videos in the streams, Celtics fans were telling me the Celtics were shutting down Giannis Antetokounmpo. They were shutting him down. Only reason why he was getting his numbers because he was stat padding like Russell Westbrook. The reason he was scoring 35 points because he was taking 29 shots to do so. Well, Tatum's doing the exact same thing. He takes 23 shots to score 23 points. That's not good. That is Russell Westbrook type numbers. To get the near triple-double is cool and all. It looks nice, but it doesn't result in winning. We're not playing well. I think my thing is, I think Durant mentioned it, being 18-12 is cool. I don't know if 18-12 wins us this series. In that game 1 when he had 13 assists, Derek White was looking like Steph Curry, and Al Horford looked like prime, give me any big man, center Dirk Nowitzki, which again, as we've seen the rest of the series, has not panned out to look that way. I don't think Tatum can be 18-12 and win the series. I really don't believe that. So Durant, obviously you had that quote. I don't know if you want to let Bree to go, but your thoughts are you really believe we can win 2 out of 3 with Tatum going 18-12?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I have been very impressed about the supporting cast. I've got more and more confidence as I'm seeing this team. And the realization of it since the Heat series, I've just realized it's not going to just be Jayson Tatum going crazy. And I know what you mean by, you want Jayson Tatum to go ahead and have the superstar game, but that does kind of come at the expense of ball movement, 1, 2, the other players getting involved. So if you're telling me he averages 18 points and 12 assists for the next whatever games are left, I think we win this series. And you're talking about how many turnovers? Tell me the turnover numbers. Are those around like 3 or 2? Then I really think we win the series. I just think that a lot of the problems with Tatum is just some of the mistakes, the mental errors, not focusing. I don't think that necessarily he needs to have tunnel vision coming into this game. I think that hurts the Celtics, honestly. I think they're at best when they're moving the ball, we're drive kicking, we're starting to move the ball and get an open shot. I think, like you said, when Derek White right now is shooting like 47% from the 3-point line in this series. Like when we have our reserves going off like that, I think we're the best team in the NBA. But when it's Tatum going tunnel vision, it's usually because he has to do those things. And if you're telling me Tatum has like 40-something points, it's because he has to. If you go back and look at that signature game of his career, that game 6 of the Bucks series, he had 46-9. And the reason he had to do it is because Giannis had 40 and 20. Like he had to do that. So that's just my opinion on it. I think 18-12 does good. I just think he just don't hurt us. That's my thing. Don't hurt the team. That's what's really the big problem to me.
I feel that. Bree, you want to say something?
Yeah. Okay. So I needed to just fact check myself real quick. So we were only down 3 with 1 minute and 34 seconds to go. And that was with Steph going off for 43 points. So I'm not worried about that. Celtics beat themselves with the turnovers, with the missing free throws, with the letting them get offensive boards. That is where they struggle. It has nothing really to do with Tatum not performing at his top peak performance, because like he just said, the supporting cast kind of makes up for that. If everybody else is on their game or their A game and Tatum is doing like subpar C+ performance, but if they just cut and limit the other dumb things that ruin the game, which is the 19 turnovers, 17 turnovers, can't have it. You just can't have it. You can't be pulling up for 3 and going cold for 5 minutes and not making one single bucket and think you're going to win a game. You let Steph go off for 43 and you were only down 3 at the end of all that. I'm not worried. They just need to do better and not let that other dumb shit happen. That's the only issue they had.
So you're telling me that the Celtics choked, basically?
Yes. They only beat
So that's the problem. And that's the problem. They almost choked Game 7s versus Miami.
Right.
Like it just seems like that's what I'm scared of. Can we win when it matters, when we need it the most? And people will say yes. They'll say, yes, we win when it matters because we've been undefeated after a loss. But my thing is, can we win when we're up, when we've won a game and we could really bring you're saying that we were down 3 and we had a chance to go up 3-1 and these guys just basically choked. Then what are they going to do in a Game 7? Well, that's what scares me. That's what scares me.
Well, the thing that's crazy about this series is no one has won 2 in a row. So one of them has to lose and one of them has to win. That's just the name of the game. So which team is going to do it first? And Celtics made it 10 times harder on themselves because now they have to do it on the road. All they had to do was win 3 at home. All they had to do. And they hate doing things the easy way. They love adversity. They love to come back on some bullshit like that. And now they have to do it the hard way and say, hey, we did this. It's like, bro. You literally could have been up 3-1. You could have won this in 5. It's really frustrating to me.
And Rashid brought up this win streak, and Bree kind of talked about it as well, the back and forth. I saw this cool stat a couple of days ago, and it still is kind of valid here. This is on June the 9th. This is before Game 4. The Celtics are now 7-0. This obviously after the win. This postseason after a loss, tied for most in the NBA postseason history. And it was funny. I was like, you know what? I don't think Golden State has lost that many after a loss. And again, this was before Game 4. I just noticed the Warriors are 5-0 this postseason after a loss. This might go back and forth, and obviously it ended up doing it. Golden State is now 6-0 after a loss. So this literally could be back and forth, which I guess if that works, Celtics win tonight, then Warriors win, then Celtics win Game 7. Again, we'll see if that actually happens.
I don't know if you saw the post that I posted, but I grabbed a stat that said in the past 10 games that the Celtics and the Warriors faced off against each other, the Celtics are 7-3. And like I said before, they are so much better now. Chase Center, what was once called Oracle when they were in Oakland, they play better on the road against the Warriors. I don't know why, but they just do. They have a winning record over there. So that could work in their favor tonight. I really hope it does. I don't want them to lose that 7-0 record. So I hope it's 8-0 after tonight.
We will see. NBA Laney, we had him on the show last game. Tatum, the playmaker, is what I love, but turnovers and bad shot selections gotta go. And Celtics Jay also agrees. Celtics strategy, stop the dumb crap. I also agree. And speaking of agreeing, I have my keys to the game here. Boom. Look alive in the third quarter. Breek talked about the turnovers. I think another reason why we're down, not down, it's tied 2-2, is because we cannot guard anyone in the third quarter. We also can't score in the third quarter. Look alive, at least play some defense and not lose quarters by, 15 points. No bad turnovers. Again, there's good and there's bad ones. Good ones are throwing a ball like an alley-oop, it goes out of bounds. The ones where it's live ball, where now Steph Curry's now running on a fast break and pulling over 3, those are very bad, and that's how we give up, well, especially those third quarter runs. And contain Steph Curry on the pick and roll. Celtics Jay told me that Al Horford and Robert Williams, and when those two guys are on the floor, we can contain the pick and roll. We have yet to do so. Steph Curry's gone whenever we wanted. We're guarding him like we're guarding Gabe Vincent in the Miami series of just dropping on a pick and roll because we don't want to be scared of Draymond Green's playmaking ability. I don't understand it. We have allowed Steph Curry to get pull-in, walk-in threes. He can hit the tough ones. We're giving him easy shots like he's in a point contest. Something's got to go. Duran, your thoughts? Any keys to the game you're looking at? A player that needs to show up and show out tonight?
I'm gonna go wild card. I'm gonna go with Al Horford. I think he had a rough game. I think he had a rough game defensively. I think he got caught sucking on wind a few times. I think he got some bad drops, and Steph is just working him in transition. I think he has to have a better game. And from these past 2 wins, the formula, he has been involved and heavily involved and been a part of the team and had a good contribution. And so I'm looking for Al Horford to have a bounce back game. I know a lot of people want him to be benched for Grant or something. I think Al Horford is getting in position. I think again, small mistakes that we have to fix. I think Al Horford, I'm looking for him to have a bounce back game today. I think that's really one of my key things.
I like that. Really quick. N says whoever wins this game wins the series. I like that. Not actually, but I like that little breakdown. Rashid, your thoughts? Keys to the game, a player you're looking at.
The one player that I'm looking at is Tatum. You want to post up Kobe Bryant. He's not comparing himself to Kobe, but Kobe's his inspiration. You want to align yourself with him. And that's what everybody's expecting right now. It's because he's talking about Kobe so much. And we get it. You love Kobe, right? I don't expect Tatum to be Kobe or play like Kobe. He definitely has some of that in his game. But I'm looking at Tatum because there was a lot of media pressure the last couple of days on Tatum. And like you said, after the game, a lot of people were coming at Tatum. I want to see how he comes out. The team doesn't exactly go completely how Tatum goes because we have Jaylen Brown, and JB can step in and he can take over and will us to a win. But tonight, for me, it's about Tatum. I want to see how he shows up. I want to see if he really just shuts up his critics.
No, I feel that. And Bree, you're up here. Any keys to the game? A player looking at maybe Marcus Smart, Derek White, maybe Grant Williams off the bench.
I liked the Horford comment. That's a great comment. I think he's been dying to get here, right? This could be his only chance. He retires, whatever. I know he's a young 36 now, but he has not many more chances to go. So I would love to see that fight from Al Horford. I would love Grant, Batman, Steph Curry Williams to show up. Where has he been? I have no idea. And I saw someone write Derek White's name in the comment. I like that as well. I would love him to, we saw glimmers of Derek White being great. Would love that to show up again. Honestly, I need all of the role players to step up and do what they're supposed to do. Take a little bit of the pressure off the starting five, because obviously everyone's dealing with injuries. I don't want to use that as an excuse. I'm using that as a fact. You see Rob Will limping across the court. You see Tatum going like this every 5 seconds. I need the ones that are healthy and that are dying to contribute to actually contribute. Get out of your head. We get it. This is game 5 now. You can't be having this, I'm worried. It's going to be. This is game 5. Wake up. This isn't game 1. Stop with the bullshit. That is the motto, Celtics J and everybody. Stop with the bullshit. Play the game you know how to play, and you should be able to get this done. I don't know why you couldn't have had it be easy and win it in just 3 at home. I don't understand it. I've wasted a lot of money going to all these home games and just taking L's on the way home. I don't understand. You should win at home. That's your job. But listen, hey, they won game 1 on the road, and we had no idea that was going to happen. So they can surprise us again and win game 5 when no one's expecting them to win it. So
I feel that. I have a question for Bree a little later after this question here. Ellie Maker says, everyone knows that we need to stop the pick and roll on Curry. How would you stop it? There's 2 ways you can stop it. Number 1, you trap and force other people to beat you, which is kind of like we did to Giannis a couple games, especially in the KD series. We made, I don't know, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Bruce Brown. We made him score 25 points because knowing he's not going to beat you in a damn series. Obviously, they have more offensive weapons like Poole and Clay. So it's you're kind of fearing if you trap Curry, you allow Clay to go off or Jordan Poole to go off. But I think you live with your chances because obviously Curry can beat you. But Rasheed, go ahead.
So you know how you stop the pick and roll with Curry?
What's up?
Let's get JB on him let's make him play defense and let's get him in foul trouble. Let's make Curry work defensively so his offense may take a hit. That's how we stop his pick and roll. But I've seen a lot of Curry getting switched up and guys are not attacking him. I don't know exactly why, maybe because they know the help is coming, but I want to see more of an attack on Curry when he's playing defense. And I hope that could affect his offense.
I think you're exactly right. I believe it. All these games are kind of a blur to me when I write down my stats and my notes, especially when I go to the games and recap them afterwards. But I believe it was game 3 when we won at home that Steph Curry had early foul trouble, 2 early fouls in the first quarter, and him having to go to the bench, that shuts them down. So when you put Steph on the bench, you have to then take that opportunity to go off when Steph is on the bench. So I definitely agree with you. Get them in foul trouble, make Draymond foul out. This dude has 18 fouls and 17 total points. Make him foul out, make him get ejected, make him get a technical, make him run his mouth. See ya, goodbye. Would love that. That would fuel that fire for the Celtics. So if you can get in their heads, I need a Marcus Smart, drawing the offensive fouls. Remember that when he drew those 2 offensive fouls from James Harden? That was the most memorable thing ever. If he can do that with Steph or Dre or Clay or something, that would really, I think, spark the fire in the Celtics to steal one again on the road. So
I messed with that. And actually, I just realized something. I forgot a donation. That's my bad. Voodoo Customs pick us. Appreciate the $5 donation. For a first round pick, Tatum is underperforming. If he was a third or fourth rounder, then he'd be where he should be. Voodoo, I appreciate the donation. There are no third or fourth round in the NBA. That's NFL. There's only 2 rounds in basketball. But I feel you. If he was a second round pick or an undrafted player, you live with 18 to 12. I think that's what he was saying. And he also donated again real quick. Wait, there we go. Appreciate that $5 donation again. Make Curry afraid and second guess himself. Bump him. Take few chippy fouls. Make him think twice about his shots. I'll tell you this, Curry never thinks anything about his shots. He will shoot the damn ball with a little glimmer of space. But real quick, before I forget about this, Bree, I want to ask you a damn question. Because I feel like me and you are on very polar opposites on this damn topic, but I want a conclusion today. When Golden State was whooping and Curry shooting free throws, and you see Draymond Green and Clay all happy and they're dancing on the floor in game 4, I saw a lot of people leaving the crowd with about a minute, 50 seconds left in the game. Bree, my question to you, honestly, because maybe there's TV evidence somewhere. Did you leave that arena early?
Nope. I sat there with my hand. Nope. I sat there with my hands in my head, or head in my hands, until like everyone left. Funny part was one of my Twitter followers happened to be the usher of that section that I bought tickets in last minute. And he upgraded me from where I was sitting to the first row. And yeah, I just sat there and almost jumped off the balcony, to be honest with you. Okay. So no, I would never will leave a game early. Never.
Wow.
That's
okay.
Not me.
This is just a bad.
I can't speak for the masses of the fans, but that's not me. I spent money to be there, win or lose. It was a hefty loss, but yeah, I sat there in silence, very upset.
Duran, your thoughts on this? I don't know if you go to many basketball games. I think football games are pretty similar, but do you leave games early? If it's a 25-point butt whooping, there's a couple minutes left. Do you think beat traffic, or you sit there for the ass whooping too?
Yes, I leave. But if I paid for a playoff game, I probably would have stayed to the end. But definitely, I gotta go. It's not worth the traffic. But if it was playoff tickets and I was at the Garden, I would have stayed to the end. I completely 100% understand that.
And then last up, Rashid, your thoughts, because people in the comment section going crazy, but your thoughts here.
Yeah, I could see myself just sitting down, but at the same time, depending on how we lose, I could see myself just leaving, because I can't bear it anymore. I can't bear the pain, so I just got to go home and just chill out. But
you want to hear something hilarious?
What's up?
You want to hear something really funny? I follow this like Boston culture page on Instagram, and apparently someone jumped in the river after the loss. So I was like, that almost was me. So I feel that man's pain. Yeah,
I don't want to go that. That's a little bit too
aggressive
far.
after the game. There was a lot of things happening in Boston. It's actually why we're not doing a watch party live on in City Hall tonight, because people are just acting a fool, doing dumb things. So they lost that privilege. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah. It was the fact that someone jumped in the river and a lot of other things.
Are they okay?
I think he's good. I don't know. I didn't see the end result. Yeah. But like, I'm not okay. I almost did that. I almost jumped off the balcony in the TD because I was just like, you're kidding. The struggle that I went through to get to that game, just to complete this random ass mission I put myself on. Yeah, that was a just ridiculous loss. But the thing is, though, if we wanted the Celtics to win in 6, right, and have that be the game-winning one in Boston, they had to lose one of these next 2 games. So, am I pissed that it was a home game? Yeah, but we didn't want them to win on the road if they were going to win. We wanted them to win game 6 and then just have an all-out like celebration in the streets. So they had to, like, it was a Sophie's choice because I didn't want them to lose, but they had to lose if they wanted to win game 6 and win the whole thing ultimately. So they have to just win back to back tonight, Thursday. Let's get it done. Has to happen. There's not much more to say.
I like that. A couple more comments. And before that, I got some cool little stuff to show off. Why don't any current players support the Celtics? You got Wade texting Butler when he plays bad, or JJ talking to, maybe JJ Redick, I don't know, talking to Draymond. I mean, maybe they don't just talk about it or post about it. I feel like maybe it's private. They don't.
I think Kyrie is probably texting Tatum, so I don't think Celtics fans.
Ew! Don't you dare say that.
Jayson Tatum. I mean, that's the Duke boys there. I mean, always tight. Got to take the pain to fully cherish the joy. Again, a lot of deep stuff going on here. If we're getting our ass busted by 40, I gotta go. I'm sorry. No, I ain't no sorry. I'm dipping too, dude. I lived in New Hampshire. in a long time, for a long time. But in 08, I yelled, "Where you going?" Hammered at 21 at everyone leaving a Pistons loss. If we lose to the damn Detroit Pistons, I'm definitely leaving early. What are you talking about? Whoever Curry is guarding needs to post him up. It would probably be Marcus Smart. And also, last one. Yeah, I can't get mad at flopping, even when it was like Lowry doing it to us. Smart's a master, Grant's learning it fast. The skill, intelligent players learn fast as a result the way the game is called. I think he was replying to another comment. There it is. I hate flopping, but I think it's bad for basketball. Y'all are really good at it, and if they're calling it, why not? I'm guessing he is a Warriors fan. Again, I don't like flopping either. I always told people this. I don't like the charging or blocking thing. Either you get out the way or you go for the block. I don't like the actual block. Don't stand there with your holding your nuts trying to see you take some contact. It's a bad call. The refs never know what's a charge or what's a block. They have to review 15 minutes anyway to see what's going on. I don't like that call. I don't like flopping in general. I want to really quick show off the starting lineups because I did not show this at all. Boom, there we go. Again, brought to you by PrizePicks, best fantasy game on the market. Use promo code Celtics Corner for a instant match. Smart, Brown, Tatum, Rob who will play Al Horford for the Warriors, Steph Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Green, and Looney. I put Looney back in starting lineup because last game they put Porter in, but Porter did nothing offensively, and he was terrible. Also, I want to show off our over-under game brought to you by PrizePicks. Again, you have Curry with 30.5. That is a lot of points. Again, I don't like these high-ass point totals. Bree, your thoughts at this? Curry said this in every game except game 2 when we blew him out and he didn't play in the fourth quarter. Your thoughts on would you take the over-under on 30.5 points for Curry?
He'll probably get the over, honestly, if he's averaging, 35, and he's just been having, a crazy series. So he eats. I'm fine with just Steph eating. I've already said that. If you eliminate everybody else and you contain Steph as best you can, I'm fine with him getting a little over 30. That's fine. Everyone else just needs to do their part. And JB, I would love it if he got over 23.5. So I'll go over for both because I want to bring the positive vibes to JB. Get it done.
Rashid, your thoughts? You like the JB bet as well, 23.5. He needs 24 to win some money.
Man, if JB gets over 23 points, I think we win the game. So I definitely think he has a bounce back game. Not saying that he had a terrible game last game, but he kind of went quiet. Wasn't a little bit of foul trouble, but I could definitely see him having at least. I want to see him go for 30 tonight. I actually want to see him and Tatum go for 30 tonight and just really take over and show the nation what they're about. Because they haven't done that. I'm not exactly sure, but they haven't done that this playoffs, and they did it a couple times during the season. I want to see it in the playoffs, especially in the finals when we need it the most. I want to see it.
I feel it. And Sporting Duran, your pick between these two, would you take one or the other, or would you take both, the over or the under?
I've definitely taken Steph over 30. I definitely take the over on JB. He's always bounced back, just as Tatum has bounced back when they had tough games. So I think he's going to go over 23 tonight. I think they're gonna have a really big offensive game tonight. To be honest with you, I felt like there was a lot of good things that I saw in that last game that they lost that were really fixable, and I think they're gonna have a really good game. But one thing that does scare me, and we haven't talked about it, is Draymond Green not playing. I want Draymond Green playing. I know Steve Kerr took him out of the game at the end. I want Draymond Green on the floor playing 4-on-5 where we don't have to guard him, and it makes it much easier on defense for us. So that's one thing that I'm looking at. I hope Draymond does have a really big night minutes-wise tonight.
Yo, Magic Johnson, crazy ass as he is, he said he thinks that Draymond's getting a triple-double. I was like, are you all right? Are we watching the same game here? This man's out of his mind. Out of his goddamn mind.
I did see it. Again, Magic Johnson's tweets are probably the funniest and stupidest things of all time. He makes the most random statements, but they make little to no sense.
Celtics need to get out of their own way. If they can get out of their own way and just play Celtics basketball, they're going to win. Ime needs to make the adjustments and just literally smack them all in the face and say, do you want to lose? Because that's where you're going. I think Ime's been such an impact. He's really turned this whole team around, and I think that they really respect him and they don't want to let him down or themselves down. So I think that they're going to have a huge bounce back game. I don't think where they're playing really matters. I think it just matters how they play. I think they'll be fine in the Chase Center. I think they do really well for some reason in California against the Warriors. And I think that that'll ring true again tonight. I really do believe in that. This is their chance. This is their last chance, honestly. So
Shout out
Hey,
to
Jags.
Jag in the building. Now it is time for our predictions as we're wrapping up here. Again, I put the link in the chat. Celtics Jay, y'all know him, one of the co-hosts of Celtics Reddit podcast with Ben Vallis and Spoons. He will be in a watch party. We can watch the game live and in prime time and free with Celtics Jay. The link is it's pinned in the top of the chat. There we go. Rashid, your thoughts, man. You are 7-6 on the season. There's only 2 games left guaranteed, maybe 3. Your thoughts here, Celtics, Warriors, who wins, who loses? What is your score?
All right, so the thing I have to say is I picked Celtics in 6, so I got to stick to it. So I definitely going to have them win in the next 2 games. Every time the Celtics won, the Warriors definitely had over 100 points. So Celtics win tonight, I see us having like a big offensive game. We're talking like 125 to 115. I see it just going, just everybody just battling tonight. I can see a great defensive start in the beginning. Hopefully the refs do not get too involved in this game, but we know Draymond's going to do his antics. So, but I definitely see the Celtics just having a really good game tonight. Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Marcus Smart, Horford, as Darren said. I see us just really just answering back as we have been doing this whole entire offseason.
I feel it. Sporting with Darren, man, your thoughts? Who you got winning? Who you got losing? What's your score?
I got us winning 93 to 115. I do not respect the Chase Center. I think it sucks. It looks it's not loud on camera. It stinks. It's not Oracle, and no one's scared to go in there and win a game. I'm sorry. I just had to say it because, you know, coming into this series, everyone was saying that Chase Center was this. Chase Center stinks. It's not loud. It's not the Garden. I have no idea why Chase Center is getting this reputation. It looks it's unintimidating. But I've heard good things, but it really does look unintimidating. I think they're going to win big tonight. I don't think their crowd is a factor. I really did like Oracle way more. I felt like Oracle, you felt it.
I went to Oracle.
Interesting.
2-0
Celtics right now. Bree, I'm going to take a wild guess in the park. You're also picking Celtics. Your thoughts? What is your score?
I'm picking Celtics. Let's say 109, 101. I think it'll be a close game. I just want the Celtics to come out hot and stay hot. Remember how to play basketball in the third quarter. I don't know what. Literally, I'm just telling you, don't let them go back into the locker room. Just let them sit on the bench, do something. Every time they step into that locker room, something happens. I don't know what it is, but it's just never good. It happened last game too, and then they carried it over and they had a full collapse in the fourth quarter, which we weren't used to seeing. It's usually just a little collapse in the third quarter, and then they get their shit together in the fourth. It was just all nonsense the last game. So play a complete full game, 48, everyone contributing. Limit the turnovers, hit your free throws, change it up if the threes aren't falling. Very simple stuff, basic fundamental basketball. If you do all those things right, play your defense, play solid defense, you should win this game. Steph isn't that tall. Double team him, figure it out. It's just what it is. Like, figure it out. Figure it out. Get it done.
Bree says figure it out. Also, I'll say to Duran's comment. So obviously Oracle was like the Rough Riders of, I guess, Oakland. Now they moved to bougie San Francisco. It's a different crowd now, I would say. So you got rich people and definitely expensive ass seats. I think they were like, it was expensive to get in damn Chase Center. So I will pick the home team since everyone else went Celtics. Shout out to Jack, who's in San Francisco. I will take the Warriors winning tonight. Give me 119 to 110. Curry drops another 40-something piece. He's going to go off again, and we'll see what happens in Boston, I think, on Thursday night. Again, a lot of time. That's Tuesday, Wednesday. That's another 2 days off, another game. And someone said, tell him Bree. I don't know about that one, Chief. Not going to lie, I had to double-check. It's 2022. I've lived a blessed life. Tom, an amazing revelation just had in a Celtics Corner live chat. I appreciate that. Game's about to start. Appreciate y'all, Rashid, Duran, Bree. We might see Bree in a video.
He's the one that jumped
tonight.
in the lake. That's what happened.
Oh, hey, Tom, you're actually alive. I appreciate you. We're out of here, y'all. Peace out. God bless. Hopefully y'all have a great one. Enjoy the game.